Hello Exiles, this is Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming and welcome to another Path of Exile video. Today I'll be talking about attribute stacking and how it's come to such prominence, as well as how it may end up becoming the primary way of playing Path of Exile in the future at the rate it's going. Over the last couple of years, there have been more and more uniques added to the game that have allowed for stacking strength, intelligence, and dexterity to new heights. There was a time where the only benefit from doing this was that you would get a somewhat minor bonus to various stats, but lately there's been more and more items added to the game that allow you to benefit from those stats in other ways. Shaper's Touch and Joffrey's Sanctuary are a prime example, and if you look on PoE Ninja you can find chieftains with over 20k energy shield, while also dealing a fairly large amount of damage by simply stacking a lot of strength. This is causing uniques such as Astromantis, the Amulet, to maintain much higher prices than you would normally think they warranted. That being said, this isn't the first time this strategy, or one similar to it, has risen to prominence. Dex stacking bows have been a popular way to boost your tornado shot damage for leagues now, and there was a time where Hands of Wisdom in action were extremely meta. Both of these still see play today and can allow you to reach very high damage levels. That being said, they had less of an impact as they still required you to invest in other defensive or offensive nodes on the tree in order to gain the power. With strength stacking in its current form, and potentially intelligence stacking with something like a guardian as well, along with uniques that can turn those attributes into enormous EHP totals, you no longer have to diversify your tree. You can now do nothing but stack strength and gain all of your offensive and defensive power. Strength in particular has a problem with the combination of the Shaper's Touch and Joffrey's Sanctuary items. These allow you to simultaneously stack both flat and percentage energy shield, allowing you to reach insane defenses using only strength. Joffrey's Sanctuary also provides Zealot's Oath, allowing you to get a large amount of ES regen from the life regen that's already very near a lot of the strength heavy parts of the tree. With Dune Kabiyari or Brutus's Lead Sprinkler, you can now also scale all of your damage with strength as well, making it so reaching all of your offensive and defensive thresholds can be done using only a single stat. We're already seeing an impact on the PoE economy from this as well, with lethal prides and efficient trainings being amongst the most expensive unique jewels at this time. Stacking several efficient trainings and some bronze is very easy to do, and it'll allow you to reach a very high strength total with only some currency investment. If we compare the level of power creep to an older form of the same strategy, the Whispering Ice build, you can see that the levels of energy shield on the high end are not reaching that of the strength stacking builds, and the damage comes nowhere close. This isn't to say that they can't reach these extreme levels of damage and survivability someday soon. As more uniques and special influence modifiers are being released all the time that benefit from stacking attributes, we may see another attribute rise to the top. On the dex stacking front, we're also seeing very high DPS builds with crazy clear speeds coming from the combination of cold damage to attacks per 10 dexterity mod that you can get on bows, combined with the Fractal Thoughts unique helmet and potentially a Hyri's Demise. While you don't see the extreme levels of dexterity stacking in these builds as they still require other stacks, they top out at about 750, maybe 1000 at most, compared to the 2500 plus strength and the 3000 plus intelligence for those stacking builds. It may only take a single unique added to the game to change that and have people stacking thousands of decks as well. Cyclopean Coil is another interesting thing to consider, as it gives increases to all attributes and gives you damage based on the lowest one. With items such as Astromantis, it's quite easy to get your stats very high as it is, and it's been made even stronger with the addition of catalysts in Metamorph, which allow you to further increase the insane attributes of this item by 20%. As if 116 to all attributes wasn't enough, we get a nice little boost. Black Sun Crest further increases those values, and scaling attributes on other pieces of gear and from the tree can push your attributes to pretty insane values. We may see in the future a build that stacks all of the attributes. So is this a problem? I don't necessarily think it is just yet, but I do think that this is one of those things that from a design perspective could potentially become a big problem someday soon. We're already seeing it kind of spiral out of control with strength stacking. You could very well argue that there are currently bigger fish to fry. Minions at the moment are extremely strong with very little investment, for instance. Even so, even the minions have a strength stacking build of their own in the form of the Baron, so you're given even more options for this style of character creation. The downside is that a minion build also has to invest in other nodes on the tree, such as minion damage and minion life nodes, unlike the other pure strength stacking builds, which at least gives them some sort of diversity. That being said, these builds are creeping higher and higher towards the top tiers, it seems, every league, and they seem to be gradually getting more support. I could see them becoming the most prominent and powerful builds very soon. Even in their current state, a single item that scales defenses from intelligence or dexterity could push them into a similar state to strength, and it could scale every aspect of a build by simply dumping everything into one of the other single attributes. Let me know what you think, if anything, GGG is going to or should do to balance these attribute stacking builds or increase their power in the comment section below. If you want to help support the channel, consider hitting the join button below and becoming a channel member. This has been Ryan from Behind Eyes Gaming, and I will see you next time. Bye!